Welcome back to Winners Finals of the GSA Season 2 Super Mario Maker 2 qualifier bracket. We have found our 4 qualifiers, so for the rest of the bracket, this is just to see who comes out on top. We're going straight into Winners Finals with Doomsday versus ThisWasMurphy. I am Minimat, and continuing to commentate with me is Philly Doe.
Yeah, good evening, good afternoon, depends where you're watching. It's only 4 for me right now, but I know a lot of people watching in Eastern. It's 6 for them, but same format as the previous ones here, so they'll be starting on the same course, and they'll have 20 minutes to clear as many as possible. They go in order from a list of predetermined courses, and they'll have 5 skips each to move on to the next level if they deem it unworthy of their time, but...
Yeah.
They've both qualified, so this is the winners final. So it mainly just for bragging rights. There'll be a couple more matches after this, but everyone that you'll see from now onwards has qualified. Moving forward, yeah.
Just to list real quick who did qualify today. We have, of course, these 2 players, Doomsday and ThisWasMurphy. Also qualifying are Dimitri and Koopayu. So congratulations to all 4 of them for qualifying for the main event. Oh, it looks like we're just getting right into it.
Yes, indeed. Yes, so all these players, we will see them in January for the regular league season.
It looks like we're getting right into it with the Blarg level.
Yeah,
Oh, Kaizo blocks, here we go.
Of course. Why wouldn't there be Kaizo blocks?
Murphy immediately is getting out of there. Take me out of this level.
The world record is 6 seconds.
Oh, Doomsday gets the clear instantly. Murphy might have jumped the gun a little bit.
Yeah, actually, I'm not sure if he checked the world record. As long as you got into that box, the level was over. So Doomsday gets his first clear. That said, although of course they'll be trying to do as well as they can, the pressure is taken off. They're all qualified, right? So
right. Yeah, both players immediately looking for the dev exit.
Yeah, they've just over the top, right? Hold right and jump, and all of them finding success so far. So they'll both clear that level. And...
Doomsday with the fist pump and the shrug, feeling really good, just crushing both of these early levels. And Murphy is kind of in that unenviable position of both players are clearing stuff really fast at the same pace, and he's 1 behind.
Right, yeah. Personally, I'm a bit surprised. Skip that first one, but of course, all these players have their own strategies. And
right, and like in retrospect, it's easy to say it was right there at the end, but I think the big mistake was maybe not reading the world record closely enough and inferring that the level was just super short.
Yes, yeah, that's certainly often in the regular sort of endless mode of the league, you see a lot of players that it sort of immediately they check that, but of course they have skip different format for skips and things like that. So sort of a different mentality, I would say.
Doomsday jumping off the right side, trying to check to see if there's any possible cheese, does not find it, and will continue the level as intended. Ooh, and another skip from Murphy, I think.
Yeah, I believe
that's 2.
Onto a new stage now. That said, that the level that Doomsday is on right now, there was a couple soft locks we saw, so I can't blame him for skipping it. Soft locks are, they're part and parcel, but what are you gonna do?
They're definitely good skips from the perspective of not having the information. It's a shame that in hindsight, we're seeing on Doomsday's screen that he's been skipping basically a door away from the level being free.
Right. Doomsday onto 3. So this is a weird level called Don't Touch the Key. They're both playing that at the moment. So obviously, don't touch the key. But oh, it's Doomsday.
Doomsday has touched the key. He had 1 job.
I'm curious actually to see the end of this level, because you know it's not something. Keys aren't usually one of those things where it's not like a clear condition in terms of like, oh, take damage or don't touch the ground or something like that. Like it's sort of a integrated into the level clear condition. And Doomsday going for a bit of cheese here, grabs the shell mitts there and is just blasting through.
Yeah, because forgive me if I'm wrong, but there's not really a way for Mario Maker 2 to check if you touched a key before you got a checkpoint, right?
Well, and I don't believe so, but I'm curious to see. I mean, there's all sorts of pretty interesting creativity in these levels, and I'm really curious to see what this actually. Oh, I think I know now why you can't touch the key. If you touch the key, you're not supposed to be able to throw the shell up underneath the bullet bill launcher because it will open the door. But I'm not exactly sure what's going on right now. Doomsday seems to have gotten around it somehow, but I believe that's the premise, right? Because if you hold up to throw the shell,
you open the
would go
door
in the
and
key
die.
door, which kills you. Yeah.
It looks like the door just wasn't in the right place. Like it wasn't placed in a way that forced you to actually press up on it in order to throw the shell up correctly.
Right. Yeah.
So
well,
some
Doomsday
impressive
clears
cheese.
that. Yeah. So 4-2 in terms of clears. Doomsday leading Murphy at the moment. See what air ship level here. There's a big old mole in there.
Chooses a pipe. Oh, wow.
That was tight. I didn't realize there was a platform underneath there at first. I wondered how he was still alive.
I wonder if that's just a streaming issue, if a little bit of the bottom of the screen is getting cut off.
Right. Well, and sometimes too, like based on like the screen centering, right? It can really
Oh no, trapped. Doomsday
there's a
put into
stop
jail.
lock. Oh.
You hate to see it happen.
Yeah, very very unfortunate for him there, but goes for the other pipe now and in the same spot here to avoid that soft lock. All these weirdly floating chain chomps.
Man, there's something nerve-wracking about the gently descending thwomps.
Right, it's like it's impending doom, but slowly. It's like a slow motion in, a movie or something, right as something's about to happen, and then you can't avoid it, but it's taking forever to get there.
Oh, there's a key somewhere in here?
Oh dear. Alright. Make your guesses now. Where's the key?
Where is the key? Good question. Doomsday tilting their head to the side, not really 100% sure what's going on.
I'm not 100% sure what's going on. This is a funky one.
But we see a skip. Yeah, there it is. Doomsday willing to spend the skip on a situation where it's just impossible to tell what's going on. There's no way for you to know if it'll take 2 seconds or 30 seconds.
Right. Yeah, or even longer. Like, how do you... So on to new level, I believe. Yeah, they're both on the same level again now.
So they both skipped. Murphy's used 3 skips. Doomsday's used 2. Both of them still have skips on deck.
Yeah, so 4 clears to 2. So this is a interesting level. It actually seems like could be pretty good.
It doesn't seem unreasonable so far.
Well, right, and of course, if there's a big difference between levels that are just hard and troll hard. It's an entirely different. Another skip though from Murphy. They're certainly
They're down
we're
to
not
one.
getting as high of a clear amounts as earlier. Like these are some tough. These are some tough levels and a bit longer as well. Like not super fast clears on some of them.
Yeah, I think this is one of the harder sequences of levels we've seen over the course of the day.
That said, though, for both these players, not too much to worry about, as this is the winners' finals, and they're both qualified, so they'll be able to take some comfort in that and not worry as much about this, and sort of relax and just get a little bit more practice in, a little bit more time through these courses, and.
Yeah, that's one of the bigger values of still being in the bracket at this point. Even if you've already qualified, you're going to get a lot of information. Not information, the wrong word. You're going to get a lot of experience playing in this format in a tournament setting. And every match just makes you more comfortable for the next one that really counts.
Right, yeah, and I mean, I'm sure a lot of us have played, endless, expert and super expert and things like that, but it's and I mean these levels are pre-selected, but really the selection format is levels that are under a minute and 30-second world record. After that, what the content of those levels, that's like you can get a whole range of things. So yeah, it can be certainly a few differences there, but yeah, getting the experience just to really sort of feel it out, see what the sort of the tournament format is like. It's it's pretty fast paced. They're playing several matches in a day. In the regular league season, that's not quite the same, but when it comes to playoff time and things like that, right? You have multiple things going on each day. So having the sort of the mental stamina to keep going for hours potentially in a row, really, if you're playing several matches.
And that's a skill. It's a skill you build. You don't get good at playing in long extended events without doing it a few times and figuring out exactly what you need to do to prepare yourself for them. And Doomsday finally decides enough is enough. That level is taking too much time. Uses his third skip.
Yeah, we'll see if Bowser's Dry Bones Factory at the moment. And this is an interesting level. Uh-oh. I see some donuts coming up here. Gotta be careful. There's some bouncy... He gets through them, though, so...
Meanwhile, Murphy has been on this incredibly slow pseudo-auto-scroller for a very long time. But they might be concerned that they only have one skip left, and they saw what happened last race.
Yeah.
They were there for it. They don't want to end up in that situation where you end up in worst level I ever made 2020. There we go, and it pays off. They evened up the count. Temporarily, of course. Doomsday immediately getting a level clear as well.
Yeah, so I believe it'll be 5-4 at the moment then in favor of Doomsday.
So Murphy moving on to a poison swamp level.
Yeah, I always like the look of these levels because they're always like the same layout. It's always just the green, sort of the green, sort of really it's just the building blocks of the stage. But I always like sort of the color palette that's chosen.
Definitely, I like the look of this level a lot as well.
Yeah, we'll see. Need to get on a cloud there.
Grabs one. Power up.
That said, if you stay above these guys, you can grab another cloud. Although there's a lot of things being thrown. I was going to say you could just drop onto them, but with the amount of them, that would be hard to do so without getting hit.
You called it. There it is. And it's easy to lose track of this since our last race was 13:10, but we're actually down to 6.5 minutes. This race is almost over, and we're at a score of 5-4. These have been some hard and long levels.
Yeah, and Doomsday now approaching the end of this shell escort mission. And we'll need to hit these now, but the P-switch there and does not get it in
Ooh.
time and falls into the saws. And the thing too, especially in this low gravity level, it takes quite a bit of time to sort of float through these sections. And the shell escort, it takes time. So a chance, certainly, if Murphy can clear this stage here, could remain tied. We'll see how long he can bounce, and unfortunately, we'll end up
never landing in that cloud.
It's very not simple.
Yeah.
It looks like Doom going for a bit of cheese here, trying to go spin his way, spin to win over the top.
But they do need a shell.
Yes,
is there
right,
another one?
that's the clear condition. I'm not sure if there's one at the end. Oh, hit the
Will they skip? Yes, there's the skip.
Yeah, I don't I don't blame them on that one. That's again just so time consuming, really, of a level. You're spending almost like a minute each time you want to play it, right?
And they're 4-4 on the skips too. So both of them have one more. And honestly, I kind of think this is the place you want to be near the end of the race. You want to have used 4 skips so you haven't wasted them and gotten stuck on levels for too long. But having that last one in your back pocket, just in case you get the worst level on the planet, it's pretty good.
Yeah, and I wouldn't qualify the level they're playing currently as the worst level on the planet. Although I personally might be inclined to skip it. It's one of those ones, like, again, that jump right there that we just saw on Murphy's side, almost every time has clipped right into the corner of the Lakitu there. Like, there's no timer, so maybe just waiting just a touch might sort of help kind of misalign them so that could get through. We'll see.
It definitely seems rough. It's not an easy level for sure.
See, right there, it's that jump, and then you have to get onto a cloud.
He got in the cloud. This could be everything. Yep. This could be it. Who knows how much level is left? Not much. Oh, God, no. This is a nightmare.
Oh. Well, wanted to try and hit the moon. That's really the only easy way to... And maybe the only way to get down there, right? Because that'll clear everything off of the stage.
Yeah, I think that's the strat.
Because you have to get into a cloud, and then... Because the moon will swoop down, but you can't stay on the sort of on ground level, or I guess really close to poison level. Does get it here at the cloud again. So needing just to find this moon. Oh, and dies right before touching it from a shell tossed just upwards from one of the Lakitu's there.
So it seems like the hardest point in this level by far is right before the end, where it's pretty much impossible not to take a hit, and your goal is to get into a cloud before you run out of iframes.
Right, and of course you can't, on this level, you can't, you can't jump in from the top, right? Because there's basically that wall, it's walled off. And so you need to hit that moon. Like, I see almost no way to preserve a power-up through this and then just run through and hit the end, and so...
Oh no, Doomsday throwing his hands up.
This is... this is a... I would personally be using my skip on this. I get that once you've sort of invested the time, like, you know there's not much time left, like... I think at this point, Murphy needs to, to clear this one to get himself back tied. Yeah. Like, 2 minutes ago, if he had skipped this, probably could have cleared another level, but now you feel so close. Oh, and he gets it.
And, like, that's the thing, though. I think the echoes of the last race might be fresh in these players' minds.
Right,
like,
yeah.
What happened last time is just such a scary nightmare situation that I wouldn't be surprised if both of them are just that hesitant about the last skip.
Doomsday we're seeing in chat here, he hasn't even seen the end of the level yet, so unaware that even needs to get either hit the moon or run through underneath. Because especially if you're in a cloud, pretty easy to, go over the top of that, right?
Oh, but they're gonna get it. There it is. And so with 1:20 left, honestly, this is gonna come down to how each of these players use that last skip.
Right. So we see now Murphy's close, got the key. So we'll be able to head over to the key door. Sure would like this to be the end.
Oh.
It's into a golden pipe.
Yes!
And it is the end. So now
Doomsday skips.
6 clears. Yeah, skips that level, so they're tied at 6 now, with less than a minute to go.
Oh, and it looks like Murphy got the world record there as well.
So they're tied. 30 seconds left. We'll see.
Unless one of them beats one of these levels first try, basically as a speedrun, we're going into overtime.
Right. And this is an interesting speedrun stage here that we've got. It sort of precise here. Might be able to...
Nah, it's overtime. There's no way.
Yeah, no. Yeah, unless there was a... actually, the
timer's
key
up.
door is right there, so it would have been interesting to see if this is the end of the level, how close it could have been, but... We see the time is up, but we'll see through this key door. Looks like it wasn't even the end, and so...
Yeah.
I was thinking, man, that would have been real close, but looks like a bunch more stuff to go through. So we are into overtime now, so they'll be playing the same level. And...
Which is Roombas, it looks like. A single room puzzle.
Uh-oh.
So what, we had a quiz level, a meme level, and a single room puzzle so far for the overtimes.
Yes. This could be curious. Those puzzle levels, like sometimes you look at it like, I don't mind a puzzle level, but sometimes you look at it and stare at it forever, and then sometimes you come back to it and you're like, oh, and then you solve it in one go. So there's not a lot of in between on these levels. So
the world record is 46 seconds, but that's in a puzzle level that's basically meaningless, right? Because that doesn't show you the 10 minutes it took them to figure out how to do it in 46 seconds.
Right, that's the optimized. Right, that's you clear it once. Usually people then go back and clear it again, sort of once you figure it out, right?
So the only hint we have is Roombas.
Yeah, it's a puzzle solving, apparently. Got a pipe. All right. Well, this looks precise.
Both players checking for hidden blocks immediately. Murphy taking a death.
Actually, I would say the main thing about dying on this in the spikes is that it doesn't start you in the room you need to be in. So you have to take that extra 5-10 seconds every time to go through and into the pipe.
It looks like Doomsday started over intentionally just to check for cheese. Like, there's a non-zero chance that you just don't have to do this level at all. And Doomsday was looking for it.
Yeah, so...
Found the block. Both players.
Well, they both found the block now. Go through the door. Neither of them... Okay, so they get the... Yeah, so Murphy will now need to drop down... This is a precise... This is a precise jump. I think... Oh, and it's the other Kaizo block and into the spike.
Oh, no.
They both know what to do now, and that last jump is very precise. You have to essentially make it twice, right? Because you have to get in, and then you have to get out.
I don't know if Doomsday is aware of the block on the left. Did he already hit that in an attempt? Because he's been trying to make some...
The one underneath the door?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's hit it or not.
Because if not, Murphy is quite a bit ahead in terms of puzzle solving.
Checking again just for blocks. Needs to... Okay, so now we'll need to... Very precise, right in between...
There we go. Doomsday's found the block.
My other thought is... because there's the mushroom. Oh, Murphy takes a death on the spike there. There's that mushroom, but which could, I guess, allow you to take a hit, but you might need it after the key door. It'd be tough to... So we'll see. Double checking now, Murphy, for any sort of nonsense near the pipes.
I mean, it appears that the intended strat is to get that mushroom and damage boost for the coin on the right. But it's so hard to know.
You also, like, you can make that jump, right, without needing the mushroom. It just, like, it's easier that way.
Yeah, the question is, do these players think that it would be easier to figure out how to get the mushroom or easier to grind attempts on the coin on the right? And it looks like they've both decided it would be easier to try to figure out how to get the mushroom.
Right.
Doomsday starting over. Double checking again for dev blocks at the beginning.
It's what if, right? That's... Well, this is quite the overtime.
We've had some... Oh my god, Murphy's hit the jump. This could be it. This could be the whole level. No! Oh, that was so scary. Okay. I was about to have a heart attack.
There's jumping a bunch, likely checking potentially for any blocks. Okay, so we got an on-off scenario here. So this will just be about timing now. Pretty low chance of death unless you... And I don't want to jinx anything, but unless you hit that shell in there.
And I mean, to be fair, there's a universe where Murphy spends 200 seconds not making this jump and has to get the mushroom again.
That's... Oh, or... Okay. Almost... I was worried there.
They're in.
He got through. Oh, that's it?
And that's it! Congratulations to ThisWasMurphy moving on to Grand Finals winner's side.
Yes, indeed. That was a tight one. GG's to both of them there. That was quite a final map, or final course there, and wow.
Incredible. We're 3 for 3 on overtime stages at this point.
Yeah, this is quite a funky one. So, both, of course, have qualified, so we'll look forward to seeing them. But, yes, they're... Yes, another strange overtime. They've had some weird ones today.
Yeah.
All right, well, we will be moving on to the next match. So, congratulations to ThisWasMurphy, and both these players have qualified. So, thanks for watching.